Good evening, fellow Tcash merchants. How are you? It is my hope that you're all doing fine. My name is Amos. I'll be your trainer today under the Tcash Soko platform. And this is where we say that digital biashara is indeed the future of biashara. So, welcome to this session on the cash sales, records, and statements. So, we want to understand how to make cash sales. When we make them, what is the cost implications of the same? How are they recorded? And um, what how do they assist in building the credits, the credit history, and of course get to understand um, are we given credit by the app when we are making the cash sales, and of course the settlement threshold of this kind of credit. So that it will be the subject of our discussion today under this session, and it is my hope that you have taken your time to watch the other sessions that we have done in the course of the week. We have done quite a number of them. Um, of course, by the time I'm doing this one, this is now the fifth session of the week. So we have done 4 of them, and they're already posted on YouTube. So kindly take your time, get to watch them, so that we benefit together by this amazing platform that has been brought to us courtesy of Telcom Kenya Limited, so that we get to, of course, transform our businesses, move from kutumia vitabu, kutumia receipt books, kutumia kalamu, to using just the smartphone to make the sales. And of course, this is digital biashara, and of course, the future of biashara. So what I'm sharing my app with you, and what you can see is the business side of the app. Remember, this app has 2 sections. It has the personal side and the business side. So, what do you do when you're in the personal side? What do you do when you're in the business side? When you're in the personal side, all you can do is buy and access your money, get to send your money to a friend, get to send your money to, of course, a relative of yours, if need be, get to withdraw your money. That is what you can do from the personal side. From the business side, hapa ni place sasa biashara yako iko. This is like kutoka home kwenda kwa biz. So from personal to business ni kutoka home kwenda kwa biz. So on the business side, what you get to see is this amazing screen that has a summary of a number of things. As I will go mentioning them quickly, so that we get familiar with it, more especially for those of us who are watching this for the very first time. The first thing you see on your top left hand side is the business logo icon. Remember, this is the logo that is created for your business by the app automatically as soon as you get to join. So unatengenezewa a logo there, na hiyo logo unatengenezewa free of charge, so there is no charges for that one. Then hapo chini ukiingia inakwambia hello Amos, you're the owner of the Aura Photo Studio. So this is my shop, the Aura Photo Studio. It's my shop. Inanipatia the balance I have, the Tcash balance that I have, the number of Rotary tickets that I have, which are 4. So the app is running a Rotary. And this Rotary is for the people who are going to make majority of the sales in the course of this month. So I hope I'll be one of them. I have 4 tickets. I hope I get them to a bigger number, like say 1,000 tickets. Nikifikisha hapo niko sure nitakuwa na win. Then the performance today has not been very good. So the sales are 0. With 0 transactions, 0 orders, 0 customers served, and 0 upcoming bookings. So ukiangalia performance ya leo haikai poa. But I want us to make a cash sale and see how does that cash sale affect today's performance, so that we get to understand hii cash sale performance when I make it inaendanga wapi, and of course get to understand some of the platform fees that are associated with that cash sale. So nikikuja hapa chini, I have the option of home, orders, sell, wallets, and business. So ukitaka kumake sale, ukitaka kuuza, whether via cash, via the Tcash so-called method, or to be paid via the external wallet, which is the M-Pesa, utakuja tu hapa kwa sell. Ukikuja kwa sell, unachagua option ya catalog. So when I pick the option of the catalog, it takes me to the list of items zenye re-update kwa inventory, as we were able to look at these when we were learning fix your shop and prices. So ikinileta kwa hizi nitaangalia nione maybe what I want or what the customer wants is the custom portrait per photo. So I will add the number that the customer wants. Assuming my customer wants 2 of them, so nitazi add kwa cart, na unaona the cart now has the 2 and they are costing 200 shillings. So I have them. So for me to check out, nitaguza hiyo cart, na nikiguza cart unaona inanileta kwa the cart itself. Hapa kwa cart itself, I have an option of deleting nikiona hii cart iko na vitu staki. So nikitaka kudelete ni pale tu juu kwa cart, then there is the bin on my right hand side. So that is when I want delete. But in this case, I don't want. Ukiangalia, it comes with the plus and the minus sign for the 2. So hapo kwa plus and minus unaweza ongeza the number of products. If customer amekwambia reduce 1 ibaki moja, you just reduce. So inabaki moja. And then for this one, then what you do is to proceed and do the checkout, because you can add more if you want, but I want to proceed and check out ndio tufanye hii transaction na tulipe via the cash payment method. So nita proceed to check out. Nikiingia kwa checkout, of course these 3 options za kureceive money zinaapia. One of them is the Soko QR code. The next one is the cash payment. The third one is the external wallet. But sasa our session today is not on the external wallet, nor the Soko QR. Our session today is on how you can make these via the cash payment. So for me to make these via the cash payment, nitaguza pale cash, the yellow one. Nikiguza cash, then it tells me to confirm. To confirm, I'll press on the blue part there. So nikiconfirm inaniambia that this purchase has been completed today at 6:20 p.m. The service fee for the cash payment will be deducted from your next digital checkout, or you can choose to pay the fee now. So there is something that I want us to understand. Ni ati nimemake a sale. Sale yenye nimemake ni an item that is worth 100 shillings. So tukuje hapa chini, there is the option of the previous cash fee balance, which was 55. The fee for this transaction is rated as 1 shilling. The remaining cash fee balance is now 54, and the cash sales before settlement is 15,400. This is what I want you to understand. Hii previous cash fee balance ni ile balance app inakupeanga. Mostly the app will give you 50. Itakupea 50 shillings. So I topped up to 55, but the app will give you 50. Ikikupea 50, then hiyo 50 ni free. Unaitumia tu ku make cash transaction, because every cash sale that you make will be attracting a very small app maintenance fee. Why am I calling it small and very small? Of course, ni sababu fee yenyewe ni kidogo ukikompare na advantages zenye app inakuja nazo. The fee is 1 shilling for any transaction that is below 100. So kwa transaction yoyote yenye iko below 100, the fee is just 1 Kenya shilling. So 1 Kenya shilling for any thing that is below 100. For anything above 100, it is just 1%. So 1% would mean nikiuza kitu ya 200, the 1% of 200 is 2 shillings. That is the only fee that I'm paying here in this case. And of course, key fee, it keeps on increasing the more you increase the volume of the sale. For example, nikiuza kitu ya 10,000, the 10% of 10, the 1%, sorry, the 1% of 10,000 is going to be 10 shillings. So that is the amount that the app will deduct from you. So one advantage of doing this transaction, despite now the 1 shilling that you're getting to pay, is the fact that hii transaction sasa itakuwa na receipt yake. Na hii receipt yake itakuwa ni a digital receipt. A digital receipt is the kind of a receipt that you don't have them manually as a book, but you can send it to the person via WhatsApp, unaweza mtumia pia via email or via any other social media account yenye ako nayo. So how do you view that receipt? Utakuja kwa hiyo black icon. The black icon has the view receipt option. Once I tap on the black icon, then it takes me to the receipt. So the receipt records a number of things. One of them is the exact date. Ni tarehe gapi ama tarehe gani hiyo transaction ili happen. As you can see, this transaction happened today on 24th of March 2026, and the time is also recorded there at 6:19 p.m. And what was it? It was a cash payment in stock. So inajirecord, so you can be able to review it even after 1 month. Na ujue that this was a cash payment na ili happen kwa shop. So ukiangalia, this was a customer portrait per photo, which was costing 100, and the subtotal is 100. But the service fee is 1. So that is why the service fee is indicated as -1, so that nikitoa 1 bob kwa 100, the amount yenye nitakuwa nime-earn ni 99. So inakuonyesha tu vizuri that amount yako ni 99, the 1 bob is a service fee. So what can you do? Maybe for products that you sell for maybe a certain amount, you can add the service fee and pass it to your customers, and get to benefit maximally from this platform. Or you can decide to be remitting this from your side of the income that you get. So as a business person, uko na choice hapo, like unaweza amua mimi juu of course I charge this amount na profit yangu inakuanga ni hii, I'll be paying this charge by myself. Ukifeel that this charge is eating so much into your profit, what you do, you pass it to your customers. How do you pass it to your customers? By adding that 1 bob to that maybe item costing 99, so that it is now costing 100. So if it costs 100, then you don't feel the pinch ya hiyo 1 bob. But of course, 1 bob, as a business person, I would prefer not to add the prices of my items, but rather pay it from my profit, because of course, if I add the price of my items, customers may decide to choose my competitors over me. So this is now done. Where does this transaction go? Where is it recorded? And how can you view it for future references? That is what I want us to see. But before then, I just want us to see whether the performance today has changed. So I'll go back to home. And when you look at the performance today, the performance today has changed from 0 to 100. The number of transactions have changed from 0 to 1, because already we have made a sale. Already tumeuza, and therefore the app records that we have already made a sale. And these numbers cannot be 0. The only numbers that are going to be 0 are the orders, because this was not an order from someone who was not in the shop. Hii ni kitu tumemake tu tukiwa kwa shop. So kama ingekuwa ni an order from someone who was not in the shop, then of course ingekuwa inaapia hapa. This is when people order for your services online. Sasa, we are moving from this era where for somebody to get a product from you, alikuwa na kucall. We are moving from that era. We are going digital. Digital would mean people just place orders. Mtu atakiwa kwa ofisi ana place order, anakuja akipick an item from your shop, akienda home. So anapata umemuorganizia kila kitu, umempakejia, yakikuja anachukua, anakulipa, anaenda nyumbani. So that is the era that we are headed to. We are moving from these manual processes za vitabu nini, like nimeuza vitu ngapi leo. You can be able to see how much you have sold. The app records all these sales zote, inazirecord. Ikizirecord, then the numbers appear there. So inakuonyesha, for example, the sales za leo ni 100, transactions ni ngapi? Ni moja. So unaweza follow up na ujue nimefanya transactions ngapi. Imagine you don't have to be at the shop. You are the shop owner. As the shop owner, I know as successful business people, we have provided employment opportunities to people. And by doing so, of course, we are contributing immensely to the development of our country by offering job opportunities. Na juu tunafanya hivo, then sometimes unakuanga like, if you're not there, unafunga shop. This time round, this will not be happening. Why? Because you can also have your employees selling for you. Na wewe ukiwa kwenye huko una monitor, unaona sales za leo ziko aje na transactions zimefanyika ngapi from where you are. So inakuwa tu rahisi sana kwako kufanya hesabu na mtu uliachia shop, because you already have this data and this information. And of course, you can also view this information under the wallet. And where do you view the wallet? The wallet iko hapa chini kabisa. Ukiangalia, I have the option of home, orders, sell. Then besides the sell, on my right hand side, I have the wallet option. So once you tap on the wallet option, this screen comes up. It is important that we understand what is there in this screen. The first thing that is there is an inquiry icon that is at the very top left. Ukiguza hivi inaniambia that I've already connected. So if you're not connected, if you have not connected your Tcash wallet, of course, this one now will give you an option of pressing a link so that it guides you to do so. But because I am, because my Tcash wallet is connected, then I'm just done with it. Then nikikuja hapa juu, on my right hand side, there is a dollar sign. And I want us to click that dollar sign and get to understand. So nikiguza hiyo dollar sign, the cash payments now appear here. The cash payment platform fee appears here. So the platform service fee balance for cash sales zenye niko nazo sahi ni 54 shillings. What does this mean? Like naweza tumia 54 shillings to make transactions za cash before I top up again. However, I want us to read together hapo chini, just below the 54. It is telling me that I can settle before I reach negative 100. What does this mean? That the app trusts me as a business person, and therefore they can give me a credit of up to 100. Yani nitumie 100 bob yao niwalipe baadaye. What does that mean? Ni continue making my transactions stress free. I just continue selling, I continue selling, I continue selling, I continue selling. Then after I have continued selling, of course niwalipe before ifike negative 100. Why? Ikishafika negative 100, I'll not be able to make sales. So if you're shopping and you come to this screen, you will be able to, of course, get yourself the platform service fee for cash sale as 50. And then the sale, you're told to settle before it is negative 100. So that means you have 150 shillings that you can use to make transactions before you recharge again. So the maximum amount yenye unaweza transact ama yenye unaweza, the maximum amount yenye unaweza uza on cash basis before you repay is 15,000. So unaweza make sales zangu vizuri, then at the end of the day nalipa your platform fee. So that is how simple it is. But how do you pay that platform fee? Utailipa aje? Penye tu tuko ndio utalipia hapa kwa cash settlement. Utakuja hapa chini, kuna a sentence there that is telling us, if you do not wish to regularly settle the service fee for cash payment, then you can top up in advance. So the platform service fee for cash payments are then deducted from your topped up amount. So what does that mean? Like, instead ya kugonja nifike negative 100, mimi naweza amua niweke pesa kwa hiyo platform already. Juu of course at the end of the day sinajua mimi nitatumia hiyo pesa yangu, so naweza weka niseme like okay, I want to have 200, so nikitaka ku have 200 nitaangalia niko na 54, so I need to add 146. Nikiongeza 146, hiyo platform fee yangu inakuja 200. Hiyo 200 nitakuwa tunaitumia ku make the cash payment. So how do you get to top up? Tuseme I just want to top up 1 shilling, so nitakuja hapo kwa amount niweke the one that I want to top up, so then ni press top up. It tells me you're about to pay 1, so I'll proceed and say top up, and then of course it process the payment and the payment is said to be successful. So ikisha kuwa successful, unaona the platform fee balance yangu inatoka 54 inakuja inakuwa 55. That is how you're able to top it up. So ikifika negative 100 utaongezea tu hapa, like hapo, this is the place where you now add. Hata kama unataka ku add 1000, there is no limit because you're the person who knows your business. Some of businesses zina deal with huge amount of cash, like based on the customers that you deal with. Kama una deal na huge amount of cash, then my advice would be ukuwe tu na pesa mingi already, like umepile hapo kama say 500, so utakuwa una transact on cash basis, then ukiona zinaenda kuisha unaongeza tena. So that is a smart way for a smart person to ensure that of course you keep on using the app and benefiting. So that is all about the dollar sign. So where are you getting the dollar sign? Under the wallet. Where is the dollar sign? At the very top towards your right. Then besides that, there is something that looks like a graph, a bar graph. Ukiguza hiyo inakupeleka kwa sales insights. So hapa unaweza angalia the sales insights for of course the period that you have been connected to the app, na uweze kujua whether your business is moving up or moving down. Like by moving up, what do I mean? Biashara yako inafanya vyema ama biashara yako haifanyi vyema, na unaweza pia compare your business with other businesses under the sales insights. But this is something that we are going to learn together in the course of the week. So I go back to the wallet. The next thing that shows there is the cash balance. So balance yako inaapia hapo. This balance does not seem to be accurate. I had 99, so I've already used 1. So the balance should be 98. So I need to refresh so that it gets the balance right. Yes, the balance now is 98 because already nilitumia 1 shilling. Of course, I had 99, so therefore the balance should be 98. Below that, there is the pay later. What is pay later? Pay later ni kitu tumekuwa tu tukifanya. We have been giving items on credit to our royal customers. Customer anakuja hana pesa for that day, tunampatia product aende atumie kwanza and then akulipe baadaye. So that is all about the pay later. This platform inatuondolea ile manual, vitabu manual, like kuandika huyu jamaa ako na deni hajailipa, amepotea, hata hapitii kwa shop yako nowadays. Those things are going to be things of the past. Why? Because the pay later option, once launched, because of course currently it's not functioning. And the reason as to why it is not functioning is the app does not have enough data for both us as merchants and our consumers. And this is one of the features that is going to benefit us, more especially by avoiding hizo bad debts zenye tunapatia watu vitu na walipi. Why? Because it has what we refer to as automatic debt collection. What does that mean? That so long as siku imefika ya huyu msee kulipa pesa yako, you don't have to go asking for your money from them like we have been doing before. Sometimes unapata you have to call someone ndio kulipe pesa yako. With this pay later, You don't have now to do that, because ikishafika siku, it deducts money directly from that person's Tcash platform to your platform directly. So for you to give somebody items on credit, they must have the Tcash. Na akiweka pesa kwa Tcash, uko sure itakudidaktia pesa automatically na ikudepositie pesa kwa Tcash wallet yako. So that is all about pay later. Another advantage of it is that you can also get to earn some profit from it, because ukipatiana product zako on credit, inamaanisha hiyo ni pesa yako inaenda like inalala place. So instead of that, what the app is doing, or what the app is coming to do, is it is coming to make sure that that money is also working for you by imposing a small interest fee on your customers based on their credit history. So credit history inasaidia app kujua credit worthiness ya huyu customer, na ikishajua, then inakuwa a very viable option wako as a business person ku proceed with that. And of course, that information about the amounts that you have outside there will always appear hapo kwa pay later. Below the pay later is where our cash payment now appears. Ukiangalia inajiandika tu vizuri, cash payment of 100, and this was today at 6:20 p.m. Nikigusa hiyo cash payment, itanipatia that this was a cash payment worth 100 today at 6:20 p.m. The receipt is something that I can still view, na hapa ndio utakuwa unakuja every time you want to view a receipt for any transaction, because ukiguza hiyo payment unaweza pata receipt yake, because the receipt will be just under that payment. So nikikuja kwa receipt, I'll still view and still see what we sold was the custom portrait per photo, which was costing 100. No, platform fee was 1, and therefore you were supposed to receive 99 shillings. So that is how then you get to view this transaction. And that is how these transactions are well recorded. So it is important for us to understand that that of course these transactions zetu zinakuwa well recorded for future references. Why? Because transactions zenye utamake leo, zenye utamake any day, zitakuwa recorded hapo na zitakuwa classified into various classes. So nikikuja hapa kwa view all, transactions zote zitaappear under all, and I have the option of searching. So naweza search a certain cash payment or something of that sort, ama amount, na iniletee. For example, nikitaka hiyo ya 100, I'll just search 100, na unaona hiyo ya 100 pekee ndio inaapia. Nikitaka ya 200, I'll just search 200, hiyo ya 200 pekee ndio itaapia hapo, ama zote zenye ziko na 200 ndio zitaapia. So you can also search. Apart from search, or besides that, ukiangalia chini ya search, there is the option of all, the Tcash Soko, external wallet, and the cash. These still under transactions. So nikitaka transactions zote za Tcash, nitaguza Tcash. Of course, utaona the only transaction I have under Tcash is one, which is a -10. This is a payment I'd made to Diana for selling an item for me, as the money was given as a commission. So therefore I sent it to her via the Tcash. Nikikuja kwa external wallet, this is the money that you have received from customers. Hiyo itakuwa inaapia hapa under the transaction, the external wallet. Kwa cash payment, nikiguza, all the cash payments now appear there. So it gives you a very simple way of even sorting. So unaweza jua hii pesa iko kwa M-Pesa, hii pesa iliingia in cash. So you're able to know how much was collected in cash, how much you have that was paid via the M-Pesa, and how much was paid via the Tcash Soko platform. Na hii inakusaidia to make decisions kama, do I need to load for example hiyo option yangu ya hiyo transaction fee, option ya transaction fee za cash sales, do I have to, of course, do I have to update that? do I have to increase that amount based on niko na transactions ngapi za cash? Kama ni mingi inamaanisha I need a lot of money for service fee. So therefore nitaongeza hiyo pesa kwa platform. And that is how you're able to do your biashara digitally and do the cash sales. What is the advantage of doing these cash sales using the app? The advantage is because of this kind of history that we are seeing here, the app is able to build for you a credit score. We as business people have suffered immensely in the past because hatupay loans by financial institutions. Sababu most of our businesses, we don't have even active bank accounts and so on. What the app is doing is inatuletea a way of making our sales and keeping our records in such a way that we can take these records to a financial institution and request for a loan. And they give us a loan and we get to use the loan to, of course, benefit ourselves. Na hivo, ndio digital biashara with the Tkash Soko platform is coming to assist us. So my comment to you or my encouragement to you as a business person is just make these cash sales using the app so that you build your credit score. Because once you build your credit score, you will be able to use it in a financial institutions to secure money for business expansion. Because hakuna kitu muhimu kwa biashara kama kuensure that your business is expanding. But for your business to expand, you must have money. Sometimes if you don't have this money in cash, unaweza miss opportunities kwa market. So what do you have to do? You have to ensure that for you to access the opportunities that are there in the market, you have to ensure that una access loans from financial institutions. Now, huwezi access bila history. Na hiyo history itaprovediwa na Tkash. And that is the advantage of having the Tkash Soko platform. So this brings us to the end of our session on cash sales, records, and statements. We have seen how you can make a cash sale, how the cash sale records and statements are kept, and we have understood how you can be able to settle the platform fees. And we have said that the platform fees are very small and manageable. It is 1 shilling for any transaction below 100 and 1% of any transaction that is above 100 shillings. So in case you have a question on the cash sales records and statement, kindly feel free to post it under the comment section below. I will be checking on it and responding to your questions promptly. Have a nice evening. Let us win with Tkash. Thank you. Have a nice evening.